Hello, and welcome to Snack Decisions, the show where I help you make good snack decisions. Today, we are going to focus a little bit on Nashville and Tennessee. There's the shirt and everything. I recently took a trip to Nashville and Knoxville, and yeah, I was trying to find some local things outside of like Nashville hot chicken when I was looking at my wife and I were going to go to the Johnny Cash Museum, and right across the street was something called the Goo Goo Cluster plant. And I had seen them at Dollywood. I'm like, what is this? I don't see these at home. And I did a little research, and apparently, yeah, here we are. Goo Goo Clusters. Oh boy, Goo Goo Clusters. Yep, I had never heard of these until I saw them at Dollywood, honestly. No one had ever mentioned them to me. But they were created in 1912 by Howell Campbell and the Standard Candy Company in Nashville, Tennessee. This contains marshmallow, nougat, caramel, and roasted peanuts covered in milk chocolate. They do variations every once in a while. A Goo Goo Supreme, which had pecans replacing the peanuts, as well as a peanut butter Goo Goo, which peanut butter replaces the marshmallow, nougat, and caramel on the inside. I guess this was considered the first combination candy bar, meaning it contains several types of candy rather than an all-chocolate bar, which I guess I could see in 1912. They obviously have not marketed it or tried to sell it outside of Nashville very heavily. I personally have not seen these because I probably went like, ooh, let me grab one. And yeah, I went to the factory store. I did not have time. They have a make-your-own Goo Goo Cluster, which was really interesting, but it was like a half hour to an hour wait, and I was like, we don't have time for this. We got to get to the Johnny Cash Museum and out of here. So yeah, I wish I would have done that, but unfortunately I didn't. But I hit the store up front. Yeah, and they sell these Goo Goo Clusters. This is a box of 3. So you open that up, and then there's 3 in the individual packaging, which they are noted for. There they are, Goo Goo Clusters. So yeah, we're gonna take a crack into this. Simple enough. Packaging. The box itself, I needed something to cut the little tape off of it, but it was holding 3, so I'm not going to dock it for that. This is a single-use thing where you open it and you're going to eat it. It was easy enough to open, so yeah, packaging's a 5. I don't have to worry about resealability. Yeah, this thing kind of looks like a turtle, a bigger version of a turtle. But yeah, this is exactly what it looks like, honestly. Okay, I'm going to see how good this is. The marshmallow nougat is interesting. It adds a little bit of a vanilla kick to everything, something that I really didn't honestly expect in this, because usually nougat's more of like at least to me, a nutty thing. The peanuts are there providing a little crunch. The milk chocolate is prevalent on the outside. Really, the same milkiness and texture that you would expect out of a milk chocolate. The caramel does provide a little bit of an alternate sweetness, because the marshmallow, vanilla is providing some. The peanuts are providing the crunch. The caramel's giving it that, a caramel sweetness to it. I don't know how to describe that a little bit better, but it does add a little bit of complexity to it. It kind of reminds me of a Snickers bar, but a little bit different, because there's, again, Snickers has peanuts, and the nougat, I believe it has caramel or something similar. But yeah, this is very, very like that. Again, when biting into it, I was expecting, turtle, but it's not. That marshmallow nougat is very soft, and it really adds a lot to it. I think one of these, I ate about half of it, but one of these is probably a good serving size, like a treat. Boom, here you go, and that's why they're packaged like this. I can see that. But yeah, this is really well done and executed. Well, they obviously survived since over 100 years, since 1912. So yeah, I can see why this was a successful thing. 5 stars. This was delicious. I did get other Goo Goo Clusters variants, so I'm going to try at least one of those on the show at some point soon. But yeah, for the most part, I would definitely buy these again if they were available. They're a nice little treat, honestly. As for value, I paid $8 for a box of 3, so that comes out to a little bit more than $2.50 a Goo Goo Cluster. I see another one here that I bought that I might do another show that was $1.50 for one. That is, I don't know if that was put on sale or not, but that is definitely a 5-star value. $2.50 for one of these. I want to say it's a little bit on the high side. It is a big serving. It's not like a Cadbury Cream Egg or anything like that. I will give the value 4 stars on this. $2.50. I might be a little bit. I won't automatically grab these at like $2.50 or $3 a single one, but at again, if it gets lower, like $2, that $2 would be the cutoff for a 5-star in my opinion. But $2.50, it's still good enough value. 4 stars. Let's head on over to the snack bar. We'll stay in Nashville for the snack bar. There it is. Yazoo Brewing Sioux. It is their smoked porter. It is a beefy boy, I know that. There it is, 9% ABV. So a little bit about Yazoo. They opened in October 2003 in the historic Marathon Motor Works building in Nashville. It was opened by Linus and Leela Hall. They moved to the Gulch, which is like south of downtown, in 2010, and eventually outgrew that space as well. And they moved to Madison, Tennessee, which is northeast of the main area of Tennessee, in July 2019. They're definitely noted for the Embrace the Funk series of sours or line of beers that is headed by Brandon Jones, who came on. He did an Embrace the Funk like Substack or blog posting, and they hired him, and he has a whole thing, Embrace the Funk, State of Funk. Their funky beers and sour beers are highly regarded all over the place. They even have a fest for it. They are the first production brewery in Nashville since Prohibition, or they were the first production brewery in Nashville since Prohibition. So wow, that 2003 was the first one. That's fascinating. So this first came out in 2009, and apparently this is the first ever legal high gravity ale, which I'm assuming means higher than 5%. I don't know what high gravity is in this case in terms of that. So yeah, it's their smoked porter, an homage to the South's proclivity to smoke all kinds of foods, and it is a 2010 GABF Silver Medalist winner. So yeah, right after they released it, they're getting medals. You can see it has about 2 fingers of head, so it's a very heady beer here. It poured brown, but it's resting in the glass as very dark. Like even on light, I can't see anything through it. So it's kind of behaving like a stout in that regard. There's very little light coming through at all at any point, so that's interesting, honestly. Usually porters are this weird thing between a stout and a Schwarzbier, and I can't figure it out. But this one definitely is behaving more like a stout. It is 9%, though, and I think that's a little high for a porter. But, hey, who am I to judge on this? I'm going to smell it now. Well, the star here is certainly the smoked malt, or whatever they use to smoke it. I'm assuming it's smoked malt. It's not campfirey. It's not like a sausage or a pull of sausage or anything like that. It's just smoke. Okay, it doesn't go into nothing negative or anything. It's just, it's just this nice smoky flavor, a smoky aroma, excuse me. There is possibly a little bit of a dark chocolate or a roast coming in behind it as well, but it's mainly the smoke is what you're going to get off of this, which makes sense. It is a smoked porter, but it's not a food style smoke. It's more of a wood smoke, I guess, if you want to call it that. Okay, bottoms up. Some people worry that if you smell the smoke, they start like, oh my God, it's just going to be a smoky disaster or something. It's not. The smoke is there, but it's not overpowering. It just adds a little complexity to the taste as it's going down your tongue, I guess. The big star here is, I believe it's a bitter baker's chocolate that I'm getting off of it, and it finishes with that. It is not sweet in the least. It is very bitter. There might even be a coffee roast note on it, but the bitter dark chocolate taste I'm getting melds extremely well with the smoke. At 9%, this thing has a big mouthfeel. It's not feeling watery like some porters do sometimes, and I complain like it's not a stout. This one is very, very, very close to a stout in that regard. The mouthfeel's spot on. It's maybe a little big for a porter, but it's smoked. The smoke is perfect. The very bitter baker's chocolate is perfect on this. I could see it being a problem if it was like a sweet milk chocolate or a sweeter chocolate note coming off of it. But it being a roast, it finishes nice and easy. Something you can drink really, really fast, honestly, even though it's 9%. The body maybe makes it feel like that, but I'm not getting that. I can easily drink this 5-star beer without a problem. This is delicious. I'm hoping it's going to pair well because of all the bitter qualities it is giving me, but we will see with this sweet Goo Goo Cluster. That worked about as well as I could have hoped, honestly. If you thought the Goo Goo Cluster, if you have a Goo Goo Cluster, that's too sweet. This beer, that bitter, dark chocolate, is knocking a little bit of that sweetness off. It is very powerful, the Goo Goo Cluster, but the Sioux is fighting and actually kind of thriving in that. When you get the mixture of them going, it is milk chocolate, it is a bitter dark chocolate, it is that vanilla. There's some smoke coming into it as well. They complement each other so well and so perfectly. That makes me think Yazoo should do the Goo Goo Cluster pairing with all the variants they have with the peanut butter and the other ones. But yeah, that is absolutely delicious. It worked out exactly as I had hoped. 5-star. This was almost a straight 5-star run outside of the Goo Goo Cluster value being a 4. That's impressive. I didn't have that high. I had high hopes for this. I didn't have that high hopes, those levels of hopes. But this worked out way too well. Man, if you're ever in Nashville, get some Goo Goo Clusters if you like sweet things. I think I bought 4 different ones. I don't think I'm going to do all 4 of them on the show. I'll definitely do another one, but they have variants all over the place, as I mentioned. Yeah, it's a sweet treat. This package size is perfect. It's single serving, done. I could see maybe them making minis and you eating multiple ones of them, but as this size, it is the perfect size. One and done, 220 calories. Good to go, honestly. But yeah, this was a very successful pairing. Thank you, Nashville. But yes, I will be back with another Goo Goo Cluster at some point. I just like saying Goo Goo Clusters, honestly. That's so fun. It's so fun. Like, subscribe, follow, shoot me an email, snackdecisions@gmail.com. Hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, make good snack decisions.